Hey guys, last week we told you this new episode was going to be Breakers, but we've actually got something a little bit different for you this week.
Oh boy, do we.
It's going to be our first episode of Treading the Path of Heaven, Nights. This is going to be our, I guess it's not really bonus content, but kind of our different style of episode where we're going to go complete full spoiler.
Deep dives, like not all the things we're doing right now are like shallow skims, so you have an idea, but you don't get the story spoiled for you. These are not that.
Yeah, no, this is our first one this week is going to be on Coiling Dragon, a story that if you've listened to our earlier episodes, you know is near and dear to my heart. But next week we are going to probably be doing another Night's episode on I Shall Seal the Heavens, and the reason for that is we most likely will be able to have a interview with Deathblade, the translator of I Shall Seal the Heavens and currently a Will Eternal.
Woo!
He also writes his own Wuxia stories and does a lot of like introductory videos for speaking Chinese and general primers. He's helped me learn a lot of things about Chinese culture, so I'm super excited to have a chance to talk to him. And hopefully you will be too.
You should be super excited to have a chance to listen. You rubes.
You listen.
Shut up.
Jesus, Seth, we need you to stop hitting the sauce.
So if you guys have any questions that you would like us to ask Deathblade, go ahead and tweet us at Tiger Coaster on Twitter.
You don't have crazy long, but
we'll try to get that answered.
We'll try and get it answered if we can. But without further ado, here's going to be our first episode of Treading the Path of Heaven Nights.
I'm not in it.
Coiling Dragon. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
The following podcast may contain spoilers.
Hello, dear listeners. We'd like to sit back and relax with you tonight as we bring you our first episode, our new segment, Treading the Path of Heaven Nights.
It's at night.
Totally recording this at night. Don't even doubt us. No, really, don't worry about it.
Let me even set the scene for you. A manor set upon a hill. A study overlooking the grounds. 3 satin-laced chairs. 3 solidly built gentlemen. In elegant robes and brandy and blackjack and hook. I'm sorry, this devolved real fast.
I am drinking Cavassier in my mind.
All right. So we decided that there were some books that we honestly just wanted to talk about without the limitation of spoilers. In honor of it being my favorite book, our first episode is going to be about Coiling Dragon.
Woo woo! Yep.
So most of our podcasts say this may have spoilers. We're going to spoil the shit out of Coiling Dragon. We have read all of it and we all love it, and we want to talk about fucking Himmers and
goddamn mountain man.
And Sovereign Sparks and Necropolis of the Gods.
Beirut being a manipulative genius.
So if you have not finished Coiling Dragon or think at some point in the future you may want to read Coiling Dragon, please do not rob yourself of the experience of reading that unspoiled. Stop listening to this. Meet us back next week after you've read Coiling Dragon, and then you get 2 episodes in 1 week.
Yep. Turn it off. Go to the next episode.
But if, like us, you have finished Coiling Dragon, and you'd like to hear us rave about it for a while, keep on listening.
Or if you really want to rob yourself of something truly wonderful in the world and don't want to read Coiling Dragon, heaven forbid, listen to these wonderful things in this second episode. That'll make you want to go and reread it. Or read it, or whatever. You know what I mean.
Sounds good.
All right, so who wants to open the floor? First Coiling Dragon story.
Oh, okay. All right. I got it. Can we talk about what happens to the 4 initial brothers, please?
Oh
fuck yeah.
Shit.
All right.
Oh, what happens to Yale is the worst tragedy to ever grace literary history.
Dog, like, this is always the concern I have about main characters who go into Ascension realms where it's not easy to go back and forth, which usually isn't, is like, shit like, eventually they become legends because time becomes less of an issue. Like, usually the first part of their journey where they become legends is like a 10th of the time of them like training in some random side story.
Yeah.
In the later arcs.
Yeah, that casual 4,000 years and some fog.
Yeah, he's like, so like, we've got situations like this. So like, he goes after a long period in the fucking Infernal arc, he goes back home and shit happened to his brothers. I mean, all sorts of shit. Like, while he was still on the fucking plane, shit happened to his brothers.
Mm-hmm.
So we had 4. We have Yale, the oldest.
Yeah, Boss Yale.
Boss Yale.
So he was a part of the Yale Syndicate family thing where they were just like
The Dawson Trading Conglomerate.
That's right. And they were like the one of the 3 top trading merchant guilds wherever.
And they were doing pretty good, you know. Yale, surprisingly, even though he didn't have a lot of time to train, had a lot of talent, so his cultivation was keeping up fairly well.
Well, he had to work hard at his cultivation when he did, because he spent the rest of his time drinking and chasing women.
Yeah.
But he had a ton
Like
of
a true
business
silk
acumen.
pants.
Yeah,
Like,
he was.
I know
mean, like,
that's
he was a 7th-rank mage at this time, which is not something you shake a stick at when the bad things
I
happen.
mean, he could take out like a couple platoons.
You know, but,
I mean, like, but he was like a good 7th rank mage, because when he grew up, he didn't watch shitty mages, he watched Lindley.
yeah, definitely.
True that.
And he was really good at trading. The conglomerate was big balling, and then a certain little thing happened between the protagonist Lindley and the guy who wished he was the protagonist with yonder's twin swords. Cut the dudes open.
Olivier.
Olivier.
I don't know if that's exactly how it's pronounced, but god damn
Olivier Oliver Oliver
Oliver.
I'm not sure, but I hope it's Olivier, because this is the easiest for me to stomach, I think.
He opened up good old prison portal and let some bad dudes out.
Yeah, some real bad dudes. Like, Lindley was basically like, all right, time to dominate the world. Oops, we actually just put like last boss people back in the world.
Yep.
Of course, he also introduced fucking Leyland.
Yeah.
So like,
definitely
not a total loss.
Yeah, it's like Pandora's box. Like so many bad things, but
the best thing.
yeah, the best
Also
thing.
the
was
best
left.
thing, yeah.
God, dude.
But yeah, so like fucking the guy like soul poisons Yale. Like Yale like tortures and kills most of his family while he has to watch but can't control his body.
Yeah.
Like, he goes and tries to poison Lindley, and he's just like, oh, I just felt like it, because he was fucking soul commanded. Like, it was like heartbreaking for Lindley. It sucked, and it was like the worst
Lindley
thing.
doesn't take betrayal very well because it's hard for him to love. So when he loves, Lindley loves real hard.
God
so
damn Delia.
to get betrayed, or what first he thought he was betrayed by good old
Alice.
Yeah. Alice was the first one.
Delia was the real one.
But like Yale trying to kill him was like super confusing because it didn't make sense.
Yeah, it happened, and I was like, shit, is it April Fool's again? Because I got fooled by the fucking Hyrule thing. Because it was like April. No, God, no. I started at the Infernal Realm arc when Coiling Dragon. That's when my friend got me into it. Like right around like the end.
I don't know, that Hyrule chapter made me super excited. I'm like, yeah, Hyrule, yeah.
Oh yeah, I was super psyched, and I was like, oh man, I thought they were like really building up like Fane or Desiree or whoever the fuck was with them. I was like, this guy was super badass, and they just killed him really quick. And I was like, oh fuck, that's not cool, Ren. Come on. You got me good, Ren. You got me fucking good.
But nah, man. I really wanted it for him. I'm so sad it didn't become actual canon. Because, like, poor Haru, the bitch pet.
I mean, he becomes like a lesser god.
Nah, dude. Like, yeah,
He gets his own mountain.
I mean, yeah.
He makes a mountain range an actual mountain range.
To be fair, he is better than those dragons.
He got given a god spark, I'm pretty sure, by the end.
Yo, he definitely got a god spark.
Yeah,
they
but
gave him one.
He's the pet that I wish I could have been. Like the one that just was like, all right, he's taking care of me. Oh shit, I'm a god now. Thanks, guy. Like,
I mean, like, hey, the thing is, Haru is real lucky to have been with Lindley because, like, Haru doesn't have talent, bruh. Like,
yeah, no, he would have topped out at 9th.
He would have been at 9th forever. Like, he
The
got the demon crystal thing to go up, and then he got more. It was
dog,
nice.
the only way he was going up to be a saint is if he, like Lindley, stumbled upon a 9th grade super beast and a saint that fought each other to the death.
He kind of did.
Oh, I mean, like, yeah, so to speak, he found Lindley. But
and he made the correct decision to bow his head.
dude, can I just say I loved late Yulon playing Lindley? Just watching him be like fighting the dragons and be like, no, you served me for 100 years now. Now they're now going to be dragon warriors again.
Yes. That was super chill.
Dude, yeah, no. Let's talk about the return of the Dragon Blood Warriors. Jesus. Oh man, those kids.
I wish I got to see more of those kids
Yeah.
in the story, but
Well, you get the time when they come back and like visit the Lindley Museum and shit in Wushan Township.
you're right, but you don't. I would have loved to
just have like books on each of them having their
kind
own
of
little story.
like kind of the way where the Deathblade does, where sometimes you'll just have a chapter where you get to see the other people doing stuff, and this one you really just get to see Lindley doing stuff.
It is my dearest hope that once I Eat Tomatoes has written the 4 Hongming masters onto the scroll, that he writes a book about the travail, like the paths and travails of the Hongming masters, where we get to like have a story for like another chapter told from Lily's perspective, where we think back to him like changing the universe now that he's a fucking Hongming master and he's not on the same level as all these weak shits.
Oh man.
He like casually jumps back into the world. He's like, oh yeah, there's supposed to be more sovereigns. Here's 11. I'm gonna spread them like Dragon Balls.
Oh my god, I can picture it now. Dude, here's the thing, I like the way Coiling Dragon ends with the Hongming information. It makes me go, did he probably like? Does he care about anyone back in his original unit? Like
that has haunted me.
Like it's just bothered. Like. Is he never gonna go back? Can he go back? That's the question.
I liked. Well, no, because he did. He went back down and he remade the Sovereign Sparks. Like he put those back in the world in universe.
Okay.
But like, and it's implied that he can do shit in universes and stuff in like Stellar Transformations.
Lindley pops up in Stellar Transformations. I know it's this world, right?
Yeah, it's Stellar Transformations is it was written before Coiling Dragon, but it is in fact a sequel to Coiling Dragon. It takes place after the events. So Lindley is already a Hongming master. Yeah, you should. I mean, like, it's not.
I knew about it, kind of going into it.
Yeah,
so
it's like it touches the story like twice, and like honestly,
it's still fun. It's still an entire.
It was like real cool. I knew about it, and it was real cool when it happened. Because I was like, "Oh shit, dog! It's Lindley. It's my boy."
All right, your boy.
I'm glad he can go back. I just hope, like, now that he's at the point where he can make whole universes and shit. Like, what do you do when you go back and just like, is life even enjoyable to be back hanging with Delia and dealing with all of the drama going on?
Well, there's no longer drama. Lindley is now literally God. Like
he goes back and they're like, oh yeah, something. Oh god, nothing happened.
He skipped over God status.
Yeah.
Like he's now with the guys that set the laws that the overgods follow.
Like, he is second brother to first brother, who is the guy who decided this world exists.
I'm a little sad Lindley wasn't the third brother in the Hongming list.
I know, right?
Sick.
That being said, I'm still totally down with it.
Yeah, no, we have a running theory that third brothers are just superior.
Well, I mean, like I grew up in this genre with like Dolu Dalu and Lindley, and I was just like, apparently China really just likes third brothers because they keep writing them. I think it's probably like an auspicious number or something.
I mean, you gotta think first brother's gonna inherit like the father stuff, right?
Yeah.
Second brother is why is it not the second brother? It should just be the second brother, right?
No, I think the second brother is like backup first brother, so he has to stay with the family and like be there to like manage as like the uncle that takes care of the section stuff.
And
the third brother really has to go out and make his own. No, I don't fucking.
He also has the competitive edge problem. Like, can we have spoilers for other shows or other stories? Because like, I guess this is technically the very beginning of Stellar Transformations, but like that has a third brother syndrome. but
Oh.
for a different reason.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. Yeah, Lin Ming is. Yeah, actually, no, that's fair because like the yeah. All right, I don't want to talk about Stellar Transformation ending stuff, so I won't. But Stellar Transformation is a good read.
I really.
I'm looking forward to when we talk about it.
Yeah, same.
On days.
Yeah. Shredded and Pie from Heaven. Stellar Transformations is going to be a good one.
All right, so yeah, we like. All right, so what happens to Yale? Yeah, he just gets fucked over, but it's cool. It's not cool. Like it's never cool. His fucking family died.
No, it's brutal.
His trading conglomerate got used, like stained with blood, as it just gathered souls for this dark fucking entity. Like he started wars. It was terrible and awful. Lindley got vengeance.
Oh boy, did he!
Lindley got all these guys, top generals. He goes over, he's like, "You're not shit, you motherfucker," because he's real bad at this point.
Yes.
So he's like, "You're not fucking shit." He like plasts a soul charm over this guy so he can't do anything. Then gets the motherfucker, like gets all the people that are loyal to him to do the most humiliating thing that he can think of.
That was the return. That was
the second.
That was with the second.
Yale got fucked twice.
Yeah, Yale got fucked twice.
Oh God, why was it always Yale?
It's always Yale. The first time.
Okay, I mean, no. Reynolds had got his fingers chopped off, and
Reynolds
had to escape the fucking slave boat and swim underwater.
Every single brother got terrible things, but they got good things later. One of them died.
Yeah.
Second bro died.
Yeah,
but it's fine. They got better.
Well, because he was a smart dude in death. So like the guy, the bandits in the death world were like, no, we need this guy around. This guy knows what to do. Shit.
This dude's the shit.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll get around to it when we talk about the Infernal Wars. Whatever the fuck they're called. Shit, what are they called? Damn it.
I thought it was the Planar Wars that they were having to.
Yeah, but they had the commanders and the.
Yeah.
Whatever. The people get too powerful meat grinders of the universe.
Yeah. Good old Planar Battleground. They need some of those in Desolate Era more often.
Well, I mean, they've got like the yin yang samsara wheels. It's cool. Read more Desolate Era, Bill. It's real good.
So,
but also read a bunch of other stuff. So pick your poison.
Read.
So was it Reynolds who ended up going to become a saint with the saint dudes and the saint
Reynolds found like the hidden saint village in the mountains. And like married the daughter because she was super hot.
Oh man, super duper hot.
And she was all into him because he was sophisticated city boy.
And he got his ass whooped a bunch because he was a fucking scrub for a long time. But it's fine. He rose to the occasion. And then got fucked over again thanks to Olivier opening up that good old portal to a prison universe.
Oh, that's such bullshit.
Like that shit kept biting that plane over and over and over and over again.
I mean, there was a reason it was a prison universe.
Yeah, those people were assholes, apparently. Or they just pissed off Hodan. He seemed kind of like an asshole, too.
Yes.
But no, there's so much cool shit in Coiling Dragon.
Oh. Let's talk about that time somebody thought they'd get Big Nasty up against Beirut.
Fucking High God Adkins.
Good old High God Adkins.
Thought he was nice. He's like, oh man, that must be a sovereign weapon. Oh, I'm just gonna kill him and take it. Oh, I'm really nice. I'm a high god.
You're going into this and you're like, oh fuck yeah, we're gonna see Beirut finally do some shit. We have been getting warnings about all this shit, but it has always been in the background. We are about to see this guy center stage pull some shit off.
Dead. It was like popping a pimple. Real easy, real swift.
He just sort of like waved his hand.
He just laughs and he's like, with this level of strength, you come to me.
Slowly move his staff. Slowly, but it's so fast the guy can't react. Slowly. And bash his skull clean through.
Then his other clone runs away.
Beirut is so good. Like throughout this whole story, when you're reading the story, you're like, how strong is Beirut? He's always terrifying. At all times, he's terrifying.
Yeah, it's like you always like. Usually the like high mentor people, you see the main characters rise, and then like they get to the level of the mentor, and like it's at that moment you're like, all right, he's finally risen into the world of elites. But no, for Lindley, he keeps coming back to meet Beirut, and he's like, holy shit. Beirut is so much more terrifying than I thought he was.
He's like, yeah, only a paragon can do this. And like, Beirut, are you a paragon? Well, so he's like, I remember that quote actually. Only someone of a paragon's level or higher can do this. Beirut, are you a paragon? I don't know. Let me do it. He's like, I never said, and he's like, but you're not paragon, Beirut. I never said I couldn't do it.
Yeah, no, I didn't say only paragons were able to do it.
Someone
I mean,
with a skill level of paragon
Yeah.
could do this without leaking it,
or unless they were maybe a sovereign.
Ugh.
Maybe they were a lesser sovereign of darkness.
You guys kept that hidden from me for so long.
Oh God, it
Until I
was
got to
so
it.
juicy. Oh, I kept hyping it too.
Oh my, he's so ridiculous. Everything, like, the minute they did that big reveal, and like, as soon as you get this big reveal that unveils everything about Beirut, you're close to the end of the story. The story's about to end soon, but like, you realize, if you really think about it, this was meant to be. Beirut crafted the Dragon Blood Warriors. Beirut set this
Dragon Blood
situation
Warriors
up.
We're literally in-house experiments of Beirut.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's just him taking humans and being like, let's see what happens if we take this sovereign blood and put it in this guy.
And he was just experimenting, looking for a way to create more sovereigns to back him up.
And he got the best catch.
Yeah, honestly, there wasn't really a better thing that could have happened.
Like, he not only that, like, Beirut was the only God Eater rat. The only.
Yeah, like I love when you find out about Beirut because you find out that really the story was about Bebe
Yes.
until the very end.
Yeah.
Until Lindley had his 4-way soul mutation, it was still a story about
It was
Bebe.
still Bebe's story.
Lindley was just going to get like
Bebe-
the earth or the water spark, and that was
Yeah.
going to be it. And then they were going to help. Then he, like Leyland, was going to help him find another sovereign.
Yeah. Bebe was literally just there. Like Lindley was just Bebe is human. Like
Yeah.
a pet.
He was the
Yeah.
big brother.
And like Beirut did not give a single shit about Lindley. He was like, oh, another seed in my failed experiments.
He gave Lindley face because of Bebe.
Yeah.
Like it was just the entire story of Beirut carefully crafting his path and making sure that the dangers in his path were never something that he couldn't get out of. And now he pushed that limit real far. There were 2 or 3 times in the story where I was like actually reading a chapter where I'm like, damn, did Lindley just die? Did this actually just become the Bebe story?
It
Welcome
was
to the
about to
Bebe
happen
show.
all the time, so many times. But you also realize Bebe is so fucking lazy. There's a guy. I am stripping the souls of saints to give you these insights. Stripping the souls of saints.
It's cool. They're cannon fodder in the Infernal Realm.
I need you to get it together. These sparks are for you, my child. Please.
He just eats them.
Train. One of the sons, children, train your other sparks. You're like, we really like wind, Dad. We're sorry.
I want it. I want it, Dad, but I just can't.
Wind and shadow. And
when he was in darkness, he was a sovereign of wind.
he was a sovereign of wind, right?
Yeah.
He was a sovereign of wind.
He just was
but
a high god of darkness.
He was a high god of darkness. And
Like
and,
5
and his-
fused mysteries or some shit.
Yeah, yeah. And all of his children.
Also, again, monstrous motherfucker.
And all of his children are amazing at wind because their fathers are sovereign of wind. Of course, they're gonna bat us at wind, but I don't have any wind sovereign sparks for you guys.
Oh god, they did such a good. Ites did such a good job of hiding information that he clearly knew at the beginning of the story. Like he knew who Beirut was at the beginning.
Oh yes.
Like he knew about the wind sovereign. He knew about the war 10,000 years ago where the sovereign's corpses got pulled into the fucking Yulon plane. He knew about the fact that sovereigns could go into their own planes without destroying the thing. Like he set up that premise of like sovereigns breaking worlds like near the beginning of the Infernal Realm arc.
Yeah,
And it didn't become a plot
There's a
point
reason why
until like book
sovereigns-
18 or 19.
There's a reason why the light sovereign can't come here and fuck with you because they do. He will destroy this plane because his power's too grand, and then the overgods will murder him.
Yeah.
That's what he gets. So he can only send that dorky clone he sent that one time. That's what he gets. Fuck that guy. That guy was terrible. I hated him.
But it's cool. It's cool that once they get to that scale of sovereign, you realize like it's a dangerous game. You're at the peak, and it's still a dangerous game.
Well, yeah.
Paragon, being a Paragon, you ain't safe.
There's a Sovereign there. They may respect, like, to be fair, Sovereign is not going to lightly kill a Paragon because Paragons can go be real good emissaries.
Oh yeah,
Like there's politics involved in killing a Paragon.
they have will, so like,
And
you
they
can't
can-
kill them with your mind. You have to physically go there to kill a Paragon. Paragons could just run.
If they run into a minor plane, like, what you gonna do?
Hold that.
Like they can just hide there, and like they probably will because people don't really want to die too much in this universe.
No,
They're willing to, but they don't want
once you get to
to.
that point, like, once you're a Paragon, what do you gain by dying? Your life is too valuable. You're the rarest of the rare until you get beaten into non-existence. That's pretty cool.
Can I just say that, like, when he came out and started beating Paragons, and all the Paragons were like, he's higher level cultivation. Oh my god! Oh my god! And he's like, nah, I'm just better than you. And I'm like, oh.
That was what the planner battlefield
Yeah,
or
the
whatever.
battlefield. Honestly, though, like once you're at that level, it was like, I can't kill him physically, and they're like, we can't kill you physically. So what we got to do? I got to knock him into a rift in space time. Really,
we
quick.
just got to knock him out of bounds. That's the only way to solve this. Like, what the fuck, man?
The same thing happened to Bebe. Like that was Baby's problem
Oh,
the
yeah,
entire
Bebe
time.
was too hard. It's like, they can't kill Bebe, but they can knock him into a rift,
And he just has to sit there until Beirut goes again.
I love Coiling Dragon because, like, for the first, like, they had two distinct arcs. They had the Yu'lon arc and the Infernal Realm arc. And, like, for the first 2/3 of both of those arcs, you felt Lindley was in danger. And for the last thirds, it was like a fucking victory lap as Lindley just ran. Even when he's fucking facing down Sovereigns, you're like, yeah, he'll be fine.
He'll figure it out. No, that mad scramble when they jump through the rift in space time and Beirut's Blue Fire's there and he's like, Beirut and Blue Fire, we're gonna get you out of here.
When it is revealed that both of them are fucking Sovereigns.
And they're like, we gotta run.
God damn it.
Let's go. And it's like it suddenly becomes Need for Speed Hot Pursuit.
And it's like your world, and you're like, oh my god, Beirut's a Sovereign? What?
How far away is Yu'lon? Oh god!
But not even that. Like what is the Yu'lon plane? It has 2 sovereigns. And then Lindley. What is that place?
Yeah, dog. Oh, the scene of fucking Leyland restoring a continent.
Yes.
He's like, I'm a Paragon, I could probably do this.
He legitimately left his mark on the world.
Oh, Lindley did the same thing when he came back to visit. He casually made the Baruch continent on the other side, and then like he gets his sovereign spark to get better at your other shit. Go casually make a plane of existence, dude. That's like
Go make a pocket
He was
dimension.
practicing for being a Hong Ming master, man.
That's all this world was for. It was like, how good are you at making your own world / breaking out of your own world?
And it'll teach you stuff about the laws because you created something. You'll get breakthroughs by doing that.
Yeah, you'll understand the laws because you'll be literally living in a world of the element. Where everything revolves around the laws of that element.
Jesus,
And
man.
then he's like, well, yeah, but then I want to try and make a fuse plate because I'm a fucking badass.
Oh, but man, like, this gives you such a different view on what it means to become a Hong Ming master than what Stellar Transformations does.
Yeah, that's true.
And like,
Stellar Transformation still has hands down my favorite cultivation system.
it's just gorgeous.
Well, I say hands down. I Shall Seal the Heavens is a pretty close second.
So that was really cool.
It's so eloquent. But Stellar Transformations is similarly real cool.
It's just like, I got excited whenever they start. We're like, yeah, this is the steps. And I'm like, all right.
Specifically when he gets to the part where he starts like inventing his own, like the original formula he gets for it is incomplete.
Mm-hmm.
So he has to develop the finishing, like the last 4 steps of the cultivation technique, and that's when it gets like super awesome.
Oh man.
Yeah, no. But okay. So I want to bring us back to Bebe because honestly, this story is mostly about Bebe.
Bebe story featuring Lindley.
About that time that they were locked away in a certain section of the Infernal Realm longer than they'd been literally anywhere else.
Yeah, when they were in the Amethyst Mountains.
Oh yeah, that one.
And Lindley had to train for 500 years so that he could learn the gravitational circle pull bullshit.
Yes.
From Rise Gym, that motherfucker.
Just looking at it, like
Good old Jim.
I'm gonna learn a innate ability really quick, guys. Pardon me.
Guys, remember when Jim just gave them a canteen of Sovereign's Might?
Oh yeah, he's like, yeah, man, we have a whole like giant lake full of that. Like,
Yeah, she only.
my mom's a sovereign, guys. Don't even trip, dude.
If
I'm
you don't
only
take that,
son.
we're not friends.
If you don't take it, we're not. And you can see like he's holding it, and he's like, this feels wrong.
This is like more than my clan owns. My ancestral clan. But anyway, Bebe in the Amethyst Mountains.
Oh, it's mainly that, like, remember that time where, like, there were a bunch of gyms that kept falling into this crevice, and then it would stop, and then it would do it again, and some people would die trying to collect them.
Because they were stupid.
And then Bebe did the smart thing where he just made a hand of the elements that if it destroyed, it was fine.
Right, and he just collected billions upon quadrillions of dollars for no reason
Oh, yeah,
whatsoever.
Yeah, because Lindley got out of the thing and he's like, oh, I can break us out of here. I just got to get like used to my new technique for like 100 years. He's like, oh, 100 years to make money, you
He's like,
say?
Olivier,
He
follow
even-
me.
But he even gets bored of doing that. He gets bored of making next to free money.
Infinite money.
I vaguely remember him not getting bored of it and instead
No.
spending days just counting it Scrooge McDuck
oh,
style.
no, yeah, he did. Olivier is the one who got bored halfway
Okay.
through.
Yeah.
Because he's a loser.
No,
Loser.
I'm pretty sure actually Bebe stuck that one out the full 100 years.
They made so much money, and then he was just like, hey, boss, here's your share.
Money is literally not an issue for the rest of the
And then
story.
They're rich forever.
Mhm.
And then the Coiling Dragon ring becomes better because it's like, I can instant process this. Oh,
I can turn money into better stuff.
Yeah, when you find out the Coiling Dragon Ring has way better powers than just cutting the usage of mana in eighth.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that ring is so broken.
Yep.
That ring
Ring
is so
is
broken.
so
And it was
good.
meant to be his from the beginning. It was his ancestral blood right to have.
Yes.
Like,
Even though he is a fake version of the Baruch clan.
right.
He is the Baruch clan. A fake version of the Dragon Blood Warriors. It was still meant for him because Beirut was like, yeah.
No, I like to imagine that Lindley like drops back down into his universe every like 10,000 years or so and like spends like 100 years with Delia and his family and stuff and just like vacations.
Just makes another
And,
baby
like,
and then leaves.
It's just I don't think he can anymore, to be honest. I think his bloodline is way too strong for
No,
that.
I think he can, but it's more of like he points and a baby forms.
Well, yeah, like he could make a baby with his mind, but I don't know if he could do it with his
I
penis
think
anymore.
he can keep. I think he's gonna keep trying because I mean they worked real hard for the children they killed,
that meat paste space.
and they did lose a couple of them. They did lose a couple of them when that asshole blew up the entire city of the Baruch clan.
Yeah, damn. Fuck
They
that
lost
guy.
like an entire percentage.
Guy
They
just shot light and like fucked everything
blew
up.
everyone. Blew up like a
And
percentage
then
of his
his
family.
boss got two shot by fucking Beirut.
Yeah, it's great, but like
I got it.
I felt real bad, kind of, because like Delia. Did he ever go and find Delia's brother in another world? I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure that he did.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he
Uh,
did.
Yeah,
DC
because like
he wasn't-
he couldn't bring somebody that he wanted to back.
Okay, yeah.
So and he found Dixie.
So he was like, all right, cool, we have one for Dixie. Because he made bank in the fucking Planar Wars
Yeah.
because he fucking had the 4-way soul mutation
Yeah,
happen
he
there.
just murdered people.
Get
And
murked.
for
Get
each
murked.
the 4-way soul mutation, you just like get like a stronger portion of will. Oh. And then you take your Paragon portion of will. You take your 4-way
Yeah,
soul mutate
that's-
portion of will.
He
you
had
take-
like easily 3 times the amount of will as like a normal person.
Like that's what I want. I
His
want to
level.
see Lindley like in a later story, like where he sends out like a Paragon clone of Earth to go do things, not using Sovereign's will or anything, just fucking with people.
Oh,
and then just show up, just be like, all right, so what, like, should they even destroy this golem? Just sort of like appear in its place and be like, okay.
It's
I
like
see how
the
it is.
old Japanese show where the guy had the Imperial seal, and at the end of the show, the big reveal is like, "Aha! I'm the Japanese ancient FBI."
Heard you were talking shit. They need to get rid of. By the way, they need to get rid of them fucking over God quest, dude. I'm like, get rid of that, dude.
Oh no, yeah, they do because Lindley got it.
I mean,
Yeah, that was the point. Like that universe did it. Mission accomplished.
Yeah, no, that
simulation.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Like
Lindley was what everything was for.
That's why he created the universe. Created another Hong Ming. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the only person I consider a person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're the first real person that's not me to exist. Congratulations.
Everyone isn't a person.
Everyone else is tiny little toys.
Just like
No, these are what we make now.
Can we talk about them inserting an entire species of being for a plot point?
Yes, please do, because it's one of my actual only real frustrations with the story is that they were like, oh, okay. Like they wrote the whole him collecting vassals and stuff, which was a really cool scene.
Yeah.
That whole scene was written to introduce I am a two-faced race and I can have my evil desires in one and my pure formations master over here. And it's like, oh, cool. So now we can do that. Look, turns out three of the over gods.
In my head, I was like,
are the high
two
sovereigns.
of the high sovereigns are like that. But I'm like, waiting. I'm like, why is this important? I had to ask you. I'm like, hey, man, they focused on it. Is this important? Is this going to be big later? The answer is yes. It is very important because that's the twist.
Yeah, the twist is, oops, that's the guy too. So that weird, crazy guy that you were never supposed to give the information to, turns out you gave it to his soul clone. Oops.
wah wah.
Oh, God.
Honestly, Augusta was a dick for no reason. Like,
well,
I
no, he was a dick for a very
evil.
good reason. He was the evil part of the cool guy.
You're right, but still, man, Augusta, chill, bro. Like,
it's
you have
basically
an entire species dedicate for you to fuck. Like, chill, dude, chill. You have all you need. Chill.
Well, I mean, yeah, no, I think you should have been satisfied with being like the best chief sovereign and the fucking fate sovereign.
Yeah.
The high sovereign of fate.
Who and one dude who can focus on being a muscle maniac and like that dude.
Good thing he's been working on his body.
Yeah, the sovereign of fate, dude, is so crazy. Dude, that fight is awesome, by the way, between the overlord of destruction, the overgod of destruction, the high god of destruction, and the high god of the overgod sovereign of the high sovereign.
Yeah,
of
where they have the
the
context where it's like, all right, you use one attack, and if you can injure me,
yeah, and
then it's your win.
It's like, yeah, I copied the great warriors when they were sovereigns, and I manifested their power and combined it with mine. And this
after essentially chaos cycles.
Yeah, no, the end of Coiling Dragon, I do not remember that well because so much happens right on top of each other.
Oh, it goes real fast.
was like
once
fast.
Lindley gets that spark, the story starts going very, very fast.
those fights were so good. Though, like I want to see more about the high sovereign of destruction because he's an infinitely long snake that was born in the center of the.
Can you imagine
ocean?
like a long form like One Piece style Coiling Dragon anime where like we're getting into the 9th season and he gets his sovereign spark at the end of the 8th season and the 9th season is just the last like 2 or 3 books.
Yeah, that'd be hot fire.
There would be an entire season in the
And like the best budget it had ever.
Amethyst Mountains.
Well, they can't fucking do a whole. I guess they probably.
No, it would definitely be a whole season. Because that's how much.
Well,
It's so long. Like it's so long spent in that Amethyst Mountain.
Yeah, but I feel like they did something. Like they did a bunch of stuff right after, like very quickly. So I feel like they do the Amethyst Mountains, and then the ship. Well, no, because like he goes.
Didn't Fusro happen right after the Amethyst Mountains?
Yeah. Well,
Or was that right before?
I think that was right before.
Fusro was
It was
before
right before.
Amethyst Mountains.
Yeah.
Also, shout outs to Fusro. That dude.
Fusro, I hate kittens.
He's so good, dude. Fusro, and then you realize Beirut's playing because Fusro becomes Blue Fire's fucking
sovereign emissary.
his emissary, and it's like they became emissaries because they just fought each other for a long period of time. It's like, I like you, Fusro. Let's fight, and then he became.
Then he became sovereign emissary by being a fucking badass.
Yep.
He became a paragon, if I remember right. Or he just used 5.
Oh,
And,
no, he
no,
had
he
already
used 5,
fused
and he was a
5.
badass motherfucker.
Yeah.
Which I'm going to use to segue into motherfucking hammers.
Hammer.
Good.
A
Because
golden fucking mountain that existed since the birth of the plane of Earth.
and then it was just like, wait a second.
I
I'm a
am
being.
become sentient. I am instantly become sovereign emissary because my body is ridiculous.
I am the mountain.
Like, I'm pretty sure he fought high gods at, like, birth.
Yeah, like he was born. His body was so badass that they're like, you are my emissary now. He doesn't even have.
He's only fused 3
Yeah,
mysteries.
3 mysteries.
And he's fighting in the Planar Wars, and no one can do shit to him.
I punch you. You die. I
Lin-
punch
he-
you.
Remember when he was fighting Lin and it was just like, I punched you. You didn't die.
It hurt.
Huh.
That's
he's like,
weird.
I gotta dodge.
It's just like when Himmer showed up, he was like, fuck, I gotta get out of here.
Oh yeah. Also love that like people collect fights between paragons and really powerful people.
And, like, yeah, just, like, save them in, like, scrying glasses.
And people are like, oh man, this Lindley guy doesn't seem that strong. You realize
Yeah, no, it's
Lindley was fighting as a god against high gods and that.
yeah, no, it's like boxing matches. Like if you go back in the history and just watch like badass boxing matches, but it's boxing matches with the laws of nature.
Dude, I love so many scenes in the beginning of the book when he's starting to learn about profound mysteries, where he's like swinging his adamantine greatsword at the water and not impacting it, and then like just like a big splash of water will splash out.
Dude, okay, every time he destroyed somebody with shockwaves through the greatsword,
Yeah, just
my
like
heart-
hit him and they're like explode, just like dissolved from vibrations.
I do love
Or
the
exploded.
first discovery of the throbbing pulse of the world.
Yep.
Also, I wish like my only downside I have with Coiling Dragon is it's not as long and developed as Desolate Era is.
Yeah.
Because I wish he spent more time because there was certain key parts of the story that we didn't get to experience. Like, example, spending enough time with a sword for it to gain its own soul, or
Yeah, we never
or
really got to
the
experience that because
crafting
like
of
the whole
sovereign
fucking Coiling
weapons.
Dragon takes like 10,000 years.
10,000 years. That's
Like-
nothing. Desolate Era is in the
Desolate Era
millions on
is-
millions now.
Desolate Era took like I don't know, like 18 books to have a 10,000 year like time skip.
And then it was like, we're about to play in millions now, boys. Every single time there's a time skip. Casual million, casual 2 million.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
yeah,
like
but I
here
mean-
it's going to be a million years, but Gene Ink spent it in like a time thing, so it was actually like 10,000 times that.
Yeah, like that happened a lot in Stellar Transformations.
That was almost pretty much the plot point of Stellar Transformations.
Oh, so Coiling Dragon was just like super sped up compared to these
yeah,
guys.
no, like
Oh, yeah.
he went the distance.
No,
he
no, no.
went
He
for
is
speed.
incredibly talented.
Stellar Transformations. Oh man, did that have some fun scenes? There was a time where like he just has like the best temporal acceleration treasure, and I won't go into what that is, but he just has it.
Oh, wow.
And so like there's a scene where like he just becomes a master artifact crafter. He doesn't like skip any steps. He just takes the time in his time temporal thing to become the universe's best artifact crafter.
Oh my god.
Whereas like Lindley learned really quickly because he just got it. He just understood. He was just incredibly clever.
And
And
Lindley's gift is how quickly he has insights.
So-
Like, that's really his special power.
He
and I hate
enjoyed
tomatoes.
training so much that
right, he enjoyed doing work. Whereas like the difference between him and Gene Ing is Gene Ing just was the guy who from birth did the work.
yeah.
He
Gene Ing did it because he's like, oh, I'm getting this. Like, everything was a joy for Gene Ing because everything was a new experience. Like, just fucking walking was a new experience for Gene Ing.
Yeah.
And, like, that's why he was so excited about everything. And then, then he got actual goals and character development and became an awesome character.
Yeah.
Gene Ing right now is so fucking awesome.
But like that's what I mean. Like Lindley was like the smart guy. Like I don't know, like I don't know what you would call why am I blanking on his name so hard? Desolate Era.
Gene.
Gene Ing? No, I was trying to think of Stellar Transformations guy, and I've been calling him Gene Ing instead.
Can you?
Qian Yu. Yeah, I've been calling him the wrong guy. But So yeah, Kin used like the really hardworking guy, like just from jump wanted to do the hardworking stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas like Jining is always the guy who wants to do the right thing until like a certain point. I don't know. That's what I felt like he was like from jump.
That has been like Jining, if I was to compare characters, because Jining is very much like Jining discovers that his talent isn't anything special.
Yeah.
But he becomes capable of. Jining utilizes resources better than any other character I've met.
Yeah.
He's a resource guy.
Yeah, he unlike Lindley, he almost never has money.
Yeah.
True that.
Because he's using it and
Yeah.
it's never enough for what he needs.
He wants another seal that protects his life. He wants his weapons to be better, like every time.
because
Like the whole 9 Novescence arts has been fucking sweet.
oh, it's cost so much getting it, and
It was such a long journey.
but like Jining needs resources and he uses them. Lily doesn't need resources. Like you say,
He just
what you
needs
want.
time.
He just needs time, and the time he would use some resources to speed up his time, but he just needed time because Lindley, if Jining had Lindley's talent, Jining would already be an eternal emperor, right? Like
Yeah, I
like
I
a
have to
long
imagine.
time. Like if you give Jining's lifespan he's spent so far millions and millions and millions and millions of years, not counting time sped up years, millions of years, and gave. I mean, it's obvious. 10,000 years versus millions.
I can only imagine Lindley became a paragon once he became a Hong Ming master. Like he went back and finished that up.
Oh, you know, he definitely did because it's like, yo, big brother, your world is really interesting, so I'm going to go back and continue mastering it.
But no, he was the smart one because he's the one that got birthed out of the world of magic. Like he's supposed to be the Western mage, so of course he's going to be classically intelligent
Yeah, but
in that sense.
he's sort of like walking.
Or more able to sense the perception, like perceive the world.
Right. But I mean, it's like, I don't want to use this phrase, but he's definitely treading the path of heavens like the fastest he can. Like,
Well,
Yeah.
he gave himself reasons to because unlike Jining, he pisses people off all the time. Jining pisses off people when it like is absolutely necessary.
It's usually a mistake. Usually some form of event or karmic luck leads him into pissing someone off. Lindley's like, no.
Lindley just gets angry sometimes.
The stupid good comes out of him.
You killed my father. Now I have to fight this country.
Also, the fact that Augustus had been the
Kong
bad guy
Methodist.
since the beginning.
Oh yeah, definitely. Since the beginning,
He killed his
literally-
goddamn mom.
Literally, the Radiant Sovereign killed his mom. Like, literally, the Radiant Sovereign killed his mom.
Your mom was she had a really good soul, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, did she become one of the 12 winged
Yeah,
angels?
ridiculous. The highest angel.
Yeah.
And he's like, I need you to give me my mom back. And he's like, sure. And he's lying sack of shit. He'd have to shut down that whole pool if he did that.
All right, so can I tell you this? There was a spoiler that actually got me to read Coiling Dragon. It was the one that my friend told me about, and it was happening right around the time where I started reading the story. They were in the Necropolis of the Gods. So, and I want to talk about this just to kind of touch on the profound mysteries of the world, and also the fact that Wind only has 6 actual profound mysteries and not 9.
It's not 9, definitely.
Like, they wrote 9, but they were mistaken. There's 6.
But so he's gained masteries into gained. He's gained masteries into the profound mysteries of fast and slow in Wind, and like he's super fast. He's evading. He's dodging. He's one of the top people in this set of competitors. But they're fighting these literal like demon hell ants made out of swords.
They're sword ants.
I like
From
all
the abyssal plane.
From the abyssal plane. They're cannon fodder in the abyssal plane, but even cannon fodder are saints.
Yep.
Their bodies, every part of their body is a treasure.
So like they fought one of the the room before, and it wasn't that bad. Like all together they fought it, and they were able to teamwork it down.
That was
But
the
it-
lava one, right?
No. Like I mean, like there was the rest floor
Yeah,
that
the
happened
rest floor,
before,
that
like
was-
the
they
big
got
floor.
one, and then they got a couple.
Like on
and
5
then-
and 10, you got to rest.
Right.
And then they went to the next floor, and it's just like a floor entirely of these guys.
Yeah, I do
Yes.
remember that one.
Thousands.
So like the rest floor was like
People
beat this ant.
If I remember correctly, the 3 of the lions, one of them died.
Yeah, one of them
sacrificed
died.
himself.
I think one of them died before that point. One of them died in there.
Well, 2 lived.
Two lived.
So
You're
one
right.
died
Yeah,
dead.
one died in the planar prison. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Quite a few people died here.
Yeah.
But like, it's this really harsh scene because like you were psyched for them going into this, and it is just like you're like,
It's a fucking slaughter.
you're like, oh shit, they're gonna die, and you're like, how the fuck is Lindley gonna get out of this? And in the middle of this fucking fight, he has a breakthrough. He's like, wait, wind can 1 second be fast, and then at another second be slow, and while being slow, be on one side of a plane and the other. Fast and slow are the same thing.
The profound mysteries of velocity.
And
I
he-
fused
and
it.
he breaks through and he like understands how the speed of wind works. And all of a sudden he goes from this person who is unable to fight back to this person who is 3 times faster in everything. Attack speed, movement, and he's like, he just instantly goes to the bosses of these guys and just like chops one of their heads off. Like, and it's just like, all right, now give me all your shit.
Yep. Basically kill them all.
He like single-handedly saves, like sacrifices himself to
He
save
gets
everyone else.
out. He gets everyone out. As he's about to die and his armor's breaking and shit, it hits him, and then he's like, I can just kill everyone now.
Yeah.
And then he just immediately turns the situation around and just like cuts the heads off of 1,000,000 ants like instantly.
And
Like just instantly.
and everyone at back is like freaking out, like, oh god, he sacrificed himself.
And Bebe's like, no, I can still feel him.
Time out though. I just want to shout out and the Necropolis guys. I wish he was a bigger character. I wish he was enough of a character to get a name. But Black Scorpion, bro, is the best. Black Scorpion was always solid, always never letting the hood down, doing badass shit. A saint ready to go up. Better than all the Prime Saints. He's way better than all the Prime Saints.
Necropolis of the Gods was basically the get hyped for the Infernal. Like it started the get hyped for the Infernal Realm arc with like that, and then the opening of the planar prison right before it.
Yep.
And like so you're getting introduced to gods and high gods and all like what powers these represent, and then like just to see him go into the Necropolis of the Gods and become one of these figures.
What kills me though is this terrifying creature in the Necropolis of Gods, the giant fucking thing that's wrapped around sleeping.
It's a
his
snake
breath-
that's literally coiled through a mountain
Yeah,
range.
The boss serpent?
Yeah, the boss serpent. Whose
the one
breath
that-
was. He's the boy. He's the
Taros.
boy later.
Yeah.
Taros.
Yeah, the one who like freezes people with his breath,
Yeah. Taros is there and sleeping, murders everyone.
basically.
Yeah,
And like the
he's-
one person who like wakes him up, like gets everyone else bodied.
Because he
Yeah.
like gets touched on the bottom of his toes, and the pain is bad enough to make a peak level saint cry and just scream like a tiny little baby. And like you get the other guys, they're like, that motherfucker, why did they do it? But you get the sense that in the back of their heads, they're like, it probably hurt real bad.
Yeah.
I'm real glad that wasn't me.
Another guy thought he could get through because he thought he timed the breath challenge of this, the rhythm, and he got breath and turned into dust before he could do anything. Like,
Olivier's method was the real best, where he just got caught and he's like, oops, bottom half
no,
gone.
cut that shit off.
Regenerate.
I will regenerate that shit with my light magic when I get out.
I will make it.
And then Taros is like, I'll be nice to Lindley's friends because again, Bebe's the main character,
Yeah, if you
and Beirut is watching out.
do anything
boy.
to Beirut, you know that.
No.
He would come down.
Bebe wasn't there.
Yeah, he went through.
Well, yeah, I know,
No,
but that's why he was
insured.
kind to.
He was kind to Lindley because he's Bebe's boy.
Okay.
Bebe because Bebe is one of the creatures. He got insured that he'd have a safe path.
Yeah, because Beirut wasn't gonna put his fucking single God Eater rat descendant. How fucking cool is that power? It's the most bullshit fucking power.
Yeah, like, oh, I will just eat your divinity. You think you're safe? Fool.
It's fine. It makes me strong.
If people were playing in the Coiling Dragon universe, they would have been writing in like, this is some garbage bullshit. We need a patch to fix this God Eater rat problem. 100% death? Come on.
Another thing I wish they would cover, and I wish they'd go back in time and cover Beirut's Bebe's daughter, who stuck at 9th rank because her having the bloodline of a God Eater rat, it's hard for her to cultivate like the what is it? Like the Dragon Blooded Warriors, all the great warriors.
Yeah,
They need a specific way to cultivate. And Beirut never thought that it would come this far. Like, he never thought Bebe would just produce like this.
Yeah.
So he's like, Beirut's like, don't worry, I will find a way for you to cultivate.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying I want the Hong Ming stories, because like we'd like I imagine that a lot of those books would be flashbacks to them like doing stuff after they were Hong Ming masters. Like
Yeah.
just like touch-up stories, epilogue stories on all the old stuff, which would just be amazing. I would love that so much.
Yeah, just tie up all the side characters.
And also, how cool would it be to just have like fully evolved Ji Ning, fully evolved Kinyu, fully evolved Lin, and this one character who would probably be the main character, the original Hong Ming guy.
Yeah.
And we'd probably it'd probably start with before Lin. Like we'd probably get the story of all of them joining.
I want the story of the guy who made Lindley's.
That's what I'm saying. Like, wouldn't that be an incredible story where like
that'd be hot fire?
And then once they get all the brothers and they tell the story from his perspective, then it becomes their travails through the new fucking Hong Ming universe they make.
Oh my god!
Which like it's just like
they
this
want
is my
deep
fantasy.
You know they got the wanderlust. You know they want to do stuff again. So
yeah,
like he walks up to a dude who's just fishing in a shack and has been doing so since forever. Like
literally longer than the universe has existed.
Like chaos cycles have gone by, and this man has been sitting here fishing, waiting for Lindley to show up.
He invented the term chaos cycles and also matter.
Like, I don't know, man. Like, this story, like, was the first one I read to its completion, and it sparked in me that idea of a storytelling convention. Like, just keep climbing through ceilings until you are the biggest thing, or you're standing next to the biggest thing, and you are the only like that dream, that vision.
The hunger for the peak is what Coiling Dragon conveys in me.
I think that's really what ties all of I Eat Tomatoes, I think, together, is like that all of his characters at some point develop a desire to become the peak of martial arts.
And like understanding, I guess I think it'd be the last thing we could really like end this, because it's a poignant statement. It's not so much, it's always been about reaching the peak with all these characters, but it's watching the escalation of what the peak is, which is the adventure. Because in the beginning, young Lindley thought the peak was becoming a saint.
Yeah. Yeah, like that was the biggest thing he knew about. And then quickly we learned that gods exist, and then
those guys we thought were amazing were garbage. Like Caesar, who's awesome, we thought he's actually trash.
Got a killing.
No, but I mean, like, that's why I love these long form Taoist stories, because like they aren't. Western novels are written about the big events that happen. Every small event is never. It's always about the big event. But these novels are not about that. These novels are about understanding the path of a genius, like seeing that crazy path to the top and being able to walk it alongside them. And it's that experience of the Tao that gives these books their magic.
No montage gets these characters to the end. Their life is the montage.
I mean, to be fair, the story opens up with Lindley training outside on a mount, or like with Hillman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's the literal beginning. Like they established from the beginning, like this is strength is what it's about.
And this is how our character is handling it. He is performing above his realm. And he will continue to do so.
They may have a montage, but they're gonna but they give you the first 10 steps of the montage, and they give you the ending, and you can perfectly extrapolate those pictures. Like, I have literal images of like Lindley just sitting there meditating as like 1,000 different versions of the same strike in different situations occur in his mind. Or like as he gets into the elemental thing, like 1,000,000 different things. Like, I have these vivid images. Like, I Eat Tomatoes is good because when he conjures up these images of him training and he talks about the profound mysteries of the earth, you feel like you understand the throbbing pulse of the earth. And you feel like you made the same breakthrough of combining slow and fast that Lindley does.
Definitely.
Like putting all your ripples together, like doubling them out to 108, then folding them back into one.
Like it's always, he brings it into a concept that even though it's a very high level concept in the story,
you can understand, like, even like he's so trying to understand the throbbing pulse of the world and researching it that his own walk and the gait vibes with the natural pulse of the world, and all the other. It was really cool, man.
He just explains things in a super intuitive way.
I do want to say, whenever you were describing the scene of him meditating while all the just different flashes or strikes went through his head, halfway through, I thought you meant scenes play out behind him, like different places where he meditated, one of which in the middle of an actual battle.
Well, to be fair, he did meditate in the middle of multiple actual battles
Yeah.
in his story.
People were confused. It's like, yo, is he
Remember when
okay?
he stopped to train for 2 years so
Yeah.
he could gain insights from a sovereign appearing?
And the sovereign's like, wait, hold on.
Did he just go into a spirit of enlightenment? Really?
Like,
Right now,
like everybody else is good on you.
we can't interrupt him. It'll be dangerous if we interrupt him. It's
You know
bad
what? You
for him.
just chill. We'll do our stuff and I'll head out.
But what I imagined, like the rest of that sentence was, is instead like a picture of him while the background flashes. So it's like a cave, the pocket dimension he creates, the fights he was in. While you have the song by Eddie something or other, but the Call on Me, Call on Me, Call on Me. Just have that.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Oh my god! And again, we're getting towards the end. We're approaching the hour. I just want to point out he brings up that cultivation, the secret cultivation cave that's in a pocket dimension.
Also
that was
Beirut's.
Beirut's.
Also Beirut. The answer to like what made this crazy it's always Beirut.
It's always been Beirut.
It was the Beirut story.
It was. Yeah. But he's such a cool character that you don't fucking care.
It's like, where's my clan? It's in Beirut's area. It's being protected by Beirut.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
Done. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. I really hope you had read Coiling Dragon before you read this. But if you hadn't, I hope this inspired you to read it.
Because we didn't talk about everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, surprisingly, we probably still only had like 10% of shit.
Yeah, there's a
We
lot of
really
shit.
didn't talk about the planar wars that much.
We didn't, but we covered timbers and knocking people into non-existence, and that is always fun.
Oh, man. Remember that point in the story where Bebe just literally became invincible?
Yeah,
Oh.
good times, good times.
And that was his only power at that
Yeah,
point.
oh yeah,
He just
because
couldn't
he's
do
so
anything.
shitty at understanding laws that
Basically the Tate no Yusha.
yeah, he's just hard to kill.
It's just like, oh man, I guess I'll just survive it.
Oh man, I wish we had covered the value of why the 4 elements he mastered was the important elements. You know.
Well, I mean, feng shui.
Actually, one more thing before we end this. Okay, this is right past now. I gotta say this because it pissed me off. He never gained a god of destruction.
Yeah,
why?
He never followed the path of slaughter. He never. We know
They
he had
foreshadowed
a
that so
sword.
early.
He had a sword-shaped soul. They keep dropping that. He has
No,
so much
he
potential
couldn't.
in slaughter.
He couldn't. He had to create.
Yeah, if he had, he would have had to become a 5-way soul mutate, and that just wasn't gonna work. Also,
Like-
apparently, he hit the lucky mystical jackpot that it was just like this guy literally like took like it was like sprinkling life into primordial soup, and he's like, "Hope it works out,"
Boom.
and then it did.
And it was like
A long time.
But anyways, yeah, no, that I understand you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I
I was.
wanted him to
it
go
was
to
a
the
similar
Abyssal Realm
frustration.
and just murder everyone.
You kept being like, "I can't wait for that to happen," and I'm like, "Me too, buddy. I can't wait for you to experience that because then I would be able to read those chapters and it would happen for me too."
I can't wait for you. I was like, yeah, me too, buddy. I can't wait for him to have a destruction clone.
That's been Coiling Dragon at night.
Tiger Roller Coaster Productions. Tigers are scary. You try to get off.